everyone, my name is Sumit. I'm a digital chess coach. So it is very important to know the relative value of chess pieces because it will help you to understand how to exchange pieces and how to exchange pieces in a favorable way. Because if you give up your queen for a knight, it is not a favorable exchange. You are losing your most important piece for enemy's knight or a bishop, which is far lesser piece than when you compare it to your queen. The queen is the strongest piece on the chessboard. And similarly, if you are giving up your bishop or a rook or a knight for a pawn, for example, that is not a favorable exchange. So we'll see what is an exchange and what is an exchange of. So let us see all these rules and let us see the relative value of chess pieces.
So in this lecture, we will see the relative value of chessmen. So it is very important to understand the relative value of chessmen. This will be, you have to keep this in mind while exchanging or capturing your opponent's pieces. And you can value your chessmen better by understanding this concept called relative value of chessmen. So we'll see that this is a PDF, and this is the relative value of chessmen in this chart. The king has infinite value. It is the most valuable piece on the chessboard. The queen has got 9 units, which is 9 points, and it is the symbol is Q. The rook is the symbol is R, and it has got 5 points. Bishop has got 3 points. Knight has got 3 points as well. But in certain circles, bishop is given a little bit more weightage than the knight. It is given 3.5 points, a half point more than knight, because it is a long range piece. It controls more squares than the knight. But in chess parlors, in universally, it is accepted that knight and bishop have the equal points, equal power. But in certain situations, especially in the open position, bishops would be more powerful than the knight, and as a rule of thumb, in closed positions, knights would be more powerful than the bishops. Open position means your position has got a lot of room for maneuvering, and the position is not closed by the pawn chains. But in closed position, the position would be closed by the pawn chains, and then knights would have a lot of room to jump here and there and occupy key squares. And the pawn is valued as one point. So the most powerful piece on the game is game of chess is the queen, because of its twofold powers to move like a rook and bishop. The queen is valued more than the combined value of rook and bishop, which is 8 points. And the queen is valued as 9 points because its ability to double up as either the white or black colored bishop at any point of time. So the next more powerful piece is the rook. After queen, it is more valued than a bishop or a knight, but weaker than a queen. The queen and rook are referred as major pieces, and bishop and knight are reckoned to be the same strength and are referred to as minor pieces. Both are stronger than the pawn, which is the weakest. Although pawn is the weakest unit of all chessmen, its value should not be underestimated because of its ability to promote itself, and the importance of pawn increases as and when the material on the chessboard becomes lesser and lesser. So in the middle game, the value of pawn is much lesser, but in endgame it becomes gold. The value of pawn increases in the endgame because endgames can be won by just 1 pawn up, and if you have an extra pawn, it is considered to be sometimes a winning advantage for you. So the king being priceless, no value is assigned to it. The king differs from all other chessmen in that his value is not equivalent to his strength. The king is only chessman that cannot be captured. So during the course of the game, all the pieces and pawns can be taken out of the board or captured, but king remains on the board until the very end of the game. So this is the relative value of chess pieces. You have to understand this concept well if you have to play the chess game. Otherwise, you will just blunder your rook or queen for a pawn or a bishop or a knight, and you will you will lose material and you will eventually lose the game.